Hello, good morning. So, if you can hear, can you please reply? All okay? Can you hear? So, let's start. Okay. So, we have already discussed the MCQ part of the RTP for CE Inter. Now, we are going to discuss the descriptive part. MCQ part is over. This is CA Inter May 26 RTP's descriptive part. So let's start. Okay. So the MCQ over. Now coming to the descriptive. Since it is our RTP, you know, right? They go chapter wise. Chapter wise, first it is the first chapter, nature, objective, and scope of audit. Hmm? Okay, so let's read the question. Um, See, guys, I have two options. Read the question, say the answer, or show the answer and go. First option. Second option is read and then guide you how to present. Which one do you want? Can you reply? Option one or option two? See, option one is just say the answer and show the answer and go. Option two, what is in the first para, what is in the second para to guide you. Which one you want, guys? Come on. Can I go with option number two? I'll say what should be in the first para. I will say what should be in the second para, how to conclude, like you do in the exam. Okay, fine. And for that, I need your support. Hmm. And whenever you get a big question like this, okay, it's a very big question like this, I would suggest you to go to the last part of the question. What is the last part? This one. Why? In the case scenario, what they wanted, they will say in the last part. So can you first read the last part of the answer? I mean, question. Now you can read. Based on the above, explain the inherent limitations of audit that restrict the auditor from obtaining absolute assurance that financial statements of Zebra Industries Limited are free from material misstatement. Now you can just run through the above. In the exam, you got the idea it is inherent limitations of audit, but still just run through the case study. You are appointed as the auditor of Zebra. During the year, you observe that company's management frequently delays in providing the documents and explanations requested by you. A portion of the accounting records related to special procurement is supported only by basic acknowledgement without proper details. You also notice that some transactions appear to be with entities that may be related, but management denies. Further, during verification, you find that some documents as evidence appear unusually uniform, lack standard commercial market markings. Since your audit is conducted on a test basis, you are unable to verify the transaction individually. So, can you say which topic? And already you have got the idea. It is inherent limitations of audit. In inherent limitation, are you supposed to explain the entire points or is it any specific? Can you please reply for that? Totally, how many points are there in inherent limitations? Totally, we have five limitations: nature of financial reporting, nature of audit procedure, then audit is not an investigation, third one. Fourth one, timeliness of financial reporting. And lastly, future events cannot be predicted. Future is unpredictable. Yeah, specific. In that five, which one they have asked? Out of the five inherent limitation, which one they have asked here? Here, which one they asked? They are talking about audit aspects. Auditor asked, they did not give. Auditor want to do test basis. So which inherent limitation out of those five? It is specifically the second one. Which one? The nature of financial reporting. See, all they are saying, see, auditor asks, they are delaying. Auditor asks, they denying. Auditor want to do test basis. So this is nature of audit procedure. So how will you start? How will you elaborate? How will you conclude? Say like you are doing in the exam, I will guide you. Exact answers there in the RPT. See, always better if you can begin with a heading. Just put a heading, na? Inherent limitations of audit. You have to write the full form, huh? Inherent limitations of audit. Then how will you start? As per essay 200. Write the name, overall objective. Full name you have to write, comma. Auditor or audit. Audit provides what assurance, guys? Provides only reasonable assurance and not absolute assurance. Then you say audit suffers from what? Audit suffers from inherent limitations. IL is inherent limitations. So the second point you have to elaborate. Second point, they say in one phrase, that is, audit has certain, anyone wants to say dash and dash limitation. Audit has certain legal and, one more word, come on, legal and practical limitations. This can be your first para. Okay, first para. In the second para, that is a main para, I'm writing here. Second para, you will elaborate which inherent limitation you will elaborate which limitation. It is not nature of financial reporting. It is nature of, all from audit point of view, right? So it is nature of audit procedure. In that, there are few points. Each point you should elaborate. Are you getting? Specifically, you have to elaborate. If you write all the 5 points in inherent limitation, it's not useful. So what are the points in nature of audit procedure? It's nature of audit procedure. What are the points? Now you can write in the next para. Management may not provide what? Management may not provide complete information as requested by auditor. That point you elaborate. Management may not provide the complete information as requested by auditor, which is a limitation. Now the next, what? Management may, and I'm explaining the points in inherent limitation, the second one, nature of audit procedure. Management may, next one, may conceal certain facts by using sophisticated technique, that is fraud. That's the second point which you have to elaborate. All these points are the specific points under nature of audit procedure. Next, auditor is not a expert in authentication of document. We cannot authentify the audit documentation. In authentication of document, that you elaborate. Now they are saying a related party. You saw? So the next point you say, management may enter into some related party transaction which auditor may be unaware. And audit is done. And one more point, audit is done on dash basis. What basis? Audit is done on sampling basis or test basis. See, I'm just guiding you what to write. I'm not sitting and writing. Answers there in the RTP. So these points you have to elaborate. And when you write, please highlight the management may not provide. Management may conceal. Auditor is not expert. May enter into some related party. Audit is done on test basis. The keywords you can just underline. Now you can conclude. And it's always better when you write an answer, you put a conclusion or a, winding up para. In the winding up para, what will you write? These factors, therefore, these factors collectively, and you can read back the question, collectively show that audit, this sentence you can write, that audit suffers from inherent limitation, that is, audit was restricted from absolute assurance. So conclusion that these factors show, and you write the sentence and conclude. And I am guiding you. This is the last part. This is the first part, intro. This is the part where you have to elaborate. This part will have the maximum mark. Finally, this is the conclusion. So I'm guiding you as if you're writing for the exam. Yeah, management may provide unreliable information. That all will come here. Can you acknowledge whether you understood how to start, what to elaborate, and how to conclude? You can just underline even this essay 200. See, I don't want to simply read the answer and go, that's there in the RTP. If this is okay, can you say proceed? So this was the first chapter. Question is related to essay 200. In that inherent limitation, in that second point, which is nature of audit procedures. Hello, can I proceed to second one? Yes. Second one is, it's a direct question, but you can read. And watch out, audit strategy planning program. Which essay came to your mind? Planning program. I mean, planning strategy. Which essay? 300. What did I say? If you get a big question, you see the question now. See the question now. Now go to the last part. Very good, guys. It is essay 300. Okay, last part. Can you read? Based on the above facts, analyze why preparing a written program is advantageous for audit of strong engineering limited. But it's a direct question. Come on, guys. It's a very direct question from chapter number 2. What they wanted the advantages of what? Correct. Audit program. So if you want, you can go and read above, but I suggest don't spend much time, just glance. You just glance through, don't take any risk. While doing the audit, planning, you observe newly recruited assistants, major assignment is multiple units, principal finds is difficult to track, you notice assistance has not signed, use the audit documentation, okay. This is a direct question relating to advantages of audit programs. So even though it is a direct question, can we revise? Come on, guys. Can you say some points? How will you begin? How will you end? Just put a heading. Heading, there is no marks, but still, heading, if you put, it will have a proper structure. Put a heading. What, guys? Advantage of audit program. Okay. Here, do I need to start by saying as per essay 300? And in class, I've said very specifically, if it is based on strategy and plan, then you can put essay 300. Program is more or less general. So better not to start by saying as per. So program is more or less general. So no need to put as per 300. You can start. How will you start? In the given case. Okay. In the given case, they have not written any program. See, in the given case, there is no program. In the given case, absence of written audit program. So you can read the last sentence. Program has led to many omission, difficulty. You see the words difficulty, etc. Now you write following are the advantage. See, so they have written following are the advantage of here preparing an audit program. Now you can write, guys, preparing an audit program. Can you say few points in audit program? Hello, there are 7 or 8 points. Few points, please. What are the advantages of preparing program? Someone guide me. If there is a program, it will give a clear set of instruction. And don't stop by writing. It provide clear set of instruction. Please, please, please write in full sentence. It provide clear set of instruction to the assistants about the steps to be followed in audit. Can you acknowledge whether you heard? Usually what students do, they just write, a program gives a clear set of instruction, but I would suggest you write it in a full sentence. It provides a clear set of instruction to the assistants regarding the steps to be followed in the audit. Okay. Now, next one. It provides total perspective. Perspective means overall idea. Again, you write it in full sentence. I'm not saying. Then, what else? It provides responsibility. Who done what? Responsibility and accountability. It enables principal to control various audits. Again, you have to write all these in full sentence. Don't stop by saying 3 or 4 words. Then, it serves as a guide for next year audit. Serves as a guide. Then, provides evidence that auditor was not negligent. Provides evidence. Then what? It helps in selection of assistants. Write it in full sentence, based on the capability to select the assistants. And finally, it reduces the risk. Another major mistake that may happen is when you write all these things, please don't write it in short. You write it in full sentence. But when you write it in sentence, these words you can highlight. Do you need a conclusion for this? Or can I stop it here? இந்த வரையும் என்ன சொல்றீங்க? What you say? Meenakshi, Ashriya, very good. I'm seeing others also replying very promptly. Do you need a conclusion, da? Answer is better if you can conclude. See, if the question was only this part, you can stop. Here the question is the entire case study. So better a conclusion is needed. If it was only this, you need not conclude. Ma'am, why are you going like this? Because for the exam, conclusion may have 1 mark. So don't miss that. So conclusion, what will you say? Here there is no program. So you say in the conclusion, this is the first para. The first para here. This is the main para where you have to elaborate. Okay, first, second. In the last para, you conclude that. How will you conclude? Hence, a well-drafted program. Okay, a well-drafted program provides what? They say there is no evidence that auditor was negligent. See the last sentence. Provides evidence that audit done on a reasonable basis and exercised due care and diligence. Are we clear? So please ensure that you put a proper conclusion. Why? Because this is an entire case study. You can even write So the well-drafted program will give the auditor of strong industries, what strong engineering limited that he has done on a reasonable basis. See, my intention is not just to discuss and go, but to guide you how to write, how to present, where you will make mistake. As I said here, you have to elaborate. Are we okay? Can you reply? Deva, let's see. Now let's discuss this in very well. Meenakshi, that points also you can write Putta, direct and supervise. That's also right. Others, Jashwant, you said correctly. That's also right. Can we proceed? But I proceed to which part? One of the chapter which I feel many students are ignoring. Ignoring means leaving without studying well. Risk assessment and internal control. Risk assessment and internal control. Array, which essays will come to your mind when you hear about risk assessment and internal control? Risk assessment is essay 315, 330 response. One more essay is there in this chapter, na? 320 materiality. Then you have internal control, which is a general topic, and you have automated environment also. That's right. Yes, yes, you're correct. So, and are you understanding the strategy which I am following? I wanted you to, it's a big case study. If you read and go down, your time might go. First, if it is a case study, read the last sentence. This one. Can you read? Based on above facts, explain how evaluation of internal control would benefit the auditor in planning and conducting the audit of ABC Limited. Those who have the class notes of mine, I think you can look out. Internal controller. This topic is related to internal control. In that, back to back, we have discussed two headings. Come on, anyone support? Mm, benefits of evaluation of control, benefits of understanding. There are two topics. Can you reply? Which one? Is it benefit of understanding or is it benefits of evaluation or they have asked? In class, I've discussed back to back these two headings together. Here they have asked you benefits of evaluation. So I'm just guiding you where you might go wrong, so that you will be careful, be positive. There are every chances that students may read. We know it is internal control, and there are 3 points in understanding. Benefits of understanding of control to identify risk factors and risk of material misstatements, where a potential misstatement, designing of procedure. These 3 points are benefits of understanding. Here, they have not asked that. What they have asked about benefits of evaluation. So if you write those three, wrong. In benefits of evaluation, there are 7 or 8 points. Those points you have to write. Can you acknowledge just this one word? It's not benefits of understanding, it is benefits of evaluation. Did you understand? So, guys, how to go, how to present. Again, this is also a direct question from this part internal control. So, how to go? You can put the heading, guys. Heading. What's the heading? Benefits of evaluation of internal control. So, how will you start? You can start directly. The evaluation of internal control enables the auditor to identify or to know. Now you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points you can start. But when you start or when you write, please make sure you write it in a full sentence. Makle, are you getting me? So first point, anyone wants to answer? You can see your notes, you can see your material, take it as a, what you call, chance to revise that topic if you have left. If you know without seeing, you say. Like, can you say few examples or few benefits of evaluation of control? What? Whether errors or frauds are likely. That don't write simply like this, write in a full sentence. Whether frauds or errors or frauds are likely to be there in the ordinary course of business. Second, whether. Everything is whether. So whether internal control is adequate, meaning whether it is operating effectively. If you evaluate only, you will know. Then whether effective. What's the third point? Effective. Internal audit department is there and operating. Make sure you write it in full sentence. Don't stop by saying 3 words. Then what? Whether internal control safeguard the assets. Then whether the other control, whether proper admin control are there, administrative control. Pinna reliability. Everything is whether reliability is there in the reporting. To identify areas that require examination in depth. If control is not effective in that area, more checking, examination in depth. Come on, we'll say one more point and wind up. If you evaluate, you can give suggestions. So, this is the main thing. So, do you need a conclusion over here? Hello? Do you need a conclusion here? Can you reply? I feel a conclusion is necessary because if the question is this, what are the benefits of evaluation? You can write and stop like this. But they have given a case study now. You see the RTP answer also, they have given a conclusion. Just 1 or 2 sentences da. How will you conclude? This is the first part. This is the main second part where you have to write in full sentence. Last part. How do you conclude? Unless you sit and practice like this, how we will write in the exam? That's why I'm going like this. How will you conclude, guys? Therefore, evaluation of what? Evaluation of internal control provides basis to obtain proper evidence, proper audit evidence, and appropriate audit procedure. If you evaluate, you will know where weak, if weak, more procedure. So have a conclusion also, since it is a case study. And we have finished 3 questions. Are you okay? Unless you say, okay, I won't proceed. See, this discussion I can finish in 40 minutes totally. I will run and say and go. Here I'm sitting and guiding you. Here I'm guiding you how to present, how to start, how to write, where you might make mistake, where you have to elaborate. Okay. Are you all okay? If okay, can you say proceed? Thank you, Asha. What about others? Okay, sweetie. So, Eda, okay. So can I proceed to the next one? No, not I. We will proceed. Come on. Hmm. Okay, Meenakshi. So here, again, it is audit evidence. Array, the biggest chapter and the most weighted chapter. Which series will come to your mind? Audit evidence? 500 series, right? Now, can you please go directly to the last part? For exam also, you do like this. State conditions and procedures to be followed by auditor while relying on the work of management expert. See, they wanted you to say what are the points to be considered by auditor while you rely on the work of management experts. So I've given you the clue list in class. You can see my 35 minutes essay revision video. How many of you saw that? 35 minutes I've revised 30 essays. I don't know whether you saw. In that I have said, when will you think of essay 500? One of the point is when you hear about management expert. So above you can just go through. You're engaged in infrastructure development, long-term assets, environmental provisions, ensure compliance with laws which need technical. So it's an area where you cannot have expertise, so you need expert like valuer. While conducting the audit, he wants to rely on the work of others. Now state the points. Can we proceed? Ada, can you say how will you present? Start with a heading now. What's the heading? Using. The heading doesn't have mark just for presentation. Using work of management expert. Okay. So since they said management expert, using the work of management expert. So how will you start? Essay 500, right? As per essay 500, directly you go. Don't write audit procedure, don't write the other things. They've asked specifically management experts. So elaborate only that. Auditor may rely on work of experts provided he is satisfied and he will be held solely responsible provided he is satisfied that uh, expert work would provide evidence, audit evidence. Okay, that's just an intro para. Uh, Now you can write auditor may consider. And how many points are there? Anyone can you reply? How many points you should consider when using the work of expert? Auditor may consider the following. In case of relying on the work of expert. And how many points? Etra points under? Points? 3 points now. There are 3 parts. When you are using the work of expert, 3 points. To what extent you should use the work? There are several points. There are 3 points. Can you say what are the 3 points? Should consider the following. Evaluate. Competence, capabilities, objectivity of expert. Full form I'm not writing. Competence, capabilities, objectivity of expert. What's the second point? Obtain. Understanding of work of expert. Then, third, evaluate appropriateness of expert's work, like whether his work is precise, complete, adequate, etc. So these are the 3 points which you have to write in full sentence. Evaluate the competence, objectivity, capability of expert, obtaining an understanding of expert work. Evaluate appropriateness of expert work, whether it is precise, complete, etc. Do you need a conclusion, Da? I've guided you well, na? Now you have to say. If this was the question, no. Here there is a case study. So please give a conclusion. Just 2 sentences. Therefore or hence. We will write hence. And write conclusion here. Where is my conclusion? Here. So this is the first part. This is the second part where you have to elaborate. Now you can conclude. Hence, above factors or above points has to be considered as relying on expert doesn't, we are solely responsible, doesn't reduce auditor's responsibility. So even though we are using the work, we will be held fully responsible. You cannot relieve or reduce. So the main thing is, if you see ICA material, there are 2 factors, these 3 factors, and there are 7 or 8 other points. Here they're asking what are the factors when you're using, whether to use or not. So these are the points. And don't forget to put a conclusion like this. Very good. Yes, that's right. Sweetie, you're correct, Uta. Meenakshi, okay. Ashya, yeah. Others, can we proceed? Let's interact and go. That's why we are keeping her live now. Hello. If you're okay, can you give me a proceed? See, audit of items in FS. This is said to be one of the what you call villain chapter. Villain means students don't study it properly. Okay, I do agree it's a very big chapter, I'm not denying. But as said in class, those who attended, you know, right? We say study the items after understanding how questions will be asked. I've given you tips on that. Here, can you say which type of question they are asking? Are they asking you to find assertion? Or are they asking you general question? Or they are asking the procedure for the assertion? Which one? Can you see and say? State audit procedure to establish legal ownership over the inventories. Very good. That's right, Ashya. Here they are given, they have given. What they have given? Assertion they have given. What is the assertion? Ownership. Ownership means rights or obligation. Balance sheet, we have 6 assertion. In that they are talking about rights and obligation of which item? Inventory. So here, if you write procedure relating to completeness, or if you write procedure relating to valuation, you won't get the marks. Since they have asked you only procedure relating to rights and obligation. So if you get a question, as we discussed in class, please find out, then you elaborate. Are you clear with what I said? You know the item is inventory, assertion is rights and obligation, which is the ownership. What are the points to be seen in that? Don't write other points. It won't fetch you marks. So how to start? We'll start. Put a heading. Audit procedure for ownership rights. They have written here. Ownership rights over inventory. Now you can, no need of as per, no need of any intro. Just start by saying, following are the audit procedure to establish ownership rights over inventory. Anyone who wants to support me? What are the points to see whether inventory belongs to us or whether inventory is third party? What are the few points which you will see? നമ്മളുടെയാണ് എങ്ങളോടതാ our inventory. What are the points da? So if inventory has to come, purchaser should be there. So first point is verify or vouch. Either is correct. Verify or vouch the purchases. Again, you have to write it in a full sentence. Don't write check purchases, verify purchases. No. Vouch the purchases with the purchase invoice underlying document. Full sentence. Now, what else? If the items are with third party, etc., obtain confirmation from the management or third party. Then, companies holding some warehouse consignment. Can you see the case study? We are saying in the warehouse, some goods are in warehouse, some goods are sent for consignment, some goods is with third party. So don't you need to specifically write? Case study states now. So from the consigned, evaluate the goods sent on consignment. Goods sent on consignment. When there are third party, there will be an agreement. When goods are with third party, there will be agreement. So review the collateral agreement, review consignment agreement. Then you can obtain declaration from third party. Ma'am, from where did you get? See, question is saying all these things, da. Look at the question. Obtain declaration from third party. Can you reply whether you understood? Now don't write check whether it is at cost or NRV, whichever is lower. Can you all reply why I said don't write this point? Because cost or NRV, whichever is lower, is not for establishing ownership. It is for which assertion? Checking whether it is at cost or NRV. It will identify which assertion. It is assertion regarding. Which one? Valuation. Very good. Whether it is shown as per Schedule 3, don't write. Why? Whether it is disclosed as per Schedule 3, that point is for which assertion? That is for presentation and disclosure. Here, write only points relating to ownership. Do you need a conclusion? And I've been saying from the first question, it's a case study. So decency, it's a proper mannerism to give a conclusion. So give a conclusion. Therefore, I'll write here. Therefore, by performing above procedure, above means this. By performing above audit procedures, auditor can obtain what? Sufficient and appropriate evidence regarding this one, rights, ownership rights over inventory. Now, when you write two things, this is the points which will fetch you mark. So only relating to this assertion, and please check the question. If question does not say consignment, no need to write the consignment point. Can you acknowledge whether you understood, guys? Yes, Meenakshi, I saw your answer. Asha, sweetie, yes. Hi, three of you reply. What about others? Are you there? Are you understanding? But I don't want to spend much of your time. So can we proceed? Take rest for 10 seconds and say proceed. Actually, this is 13th question. This is 14th question. Question number is here. நிக்கணுமா போணுமா நிக்கணும் போணும். Proceed. Okay. See guys, leaving the chapter items in FS is not a good option at all. This chapter has a good weightage, and even in RPP, if you see, all other chapters are only one question, whereas items in FS chapter has question number 13 and 14, two questions. So don't leave up, but understand how questions will be framed, then study. Hello, can we proceed? Now, you can read the last sentence. As an auditor, what they want, explain the procedures you would perform to verify occurrence assertion for revenue. Same thing. They have given the assertion, they have given the item procedure. Earlier it was inventory. Inventory's rights and obligation, ownership. Here it is revenue. Revenue means sales, etc. Revenue. Assertion is occurrence. Whether it has actually taken place, whether it pertains to the company, avarudeyaana, avangalodada. For this, what are the procedure? You can read the case study. Okay, some invoices near the year end is cancelled. Ratio. Management is a pressure to meet the loan. And for loan renewal, they will overstate. Do you know that? To get the loan renewed, they have to show more sales. Some customers have not paid. So keep these points in mind when you answer. Like in the last question, warehouse, consignment, third party, we included, same way. Can we start? What I've seen is students write very general points. But here you have to write only procedures, only for occurrence of revenue, keeping these points in mind. Sales are overstated for loan. Makla, Chelno, can you please support? How to start? Put a heading, na? Audit procedure for which assertion occurrence of which item? Revenue. You can start. Following are the audit procedure to verify. Occurrence means it has taken place and whatever the recorded pertains. Verify the recorded revenue of the company name TUV Limited, of the period of TUV Limited. Now I can write the points, guys. Can you state what are the points? See, you will see, and whenever there is revenue, you see whether there is sales invoice. It's serial number. So first one, review or verify, whatever it is. Review the sales invoice serial number. Sequence to identify whether anything is missing. Now, check the entries for. You saw this wide fluctuation. Is it a routine or non-routine? Non-routine, guys, this point. Check the entries for non-routine transactions, whether something is occurred. Now they say ratios. From the question itself, you will get few points. Ratio, calculate. Ratio for sales. Sales to sales return. Sales to sales return. To see if any deviation, fluctuation. You will get from these points. Now they say about sales return. Whenever there is a sales return, there will be some documents in the company or from debtors. So check sales returns with the that credit notes, stock register, etc. And can you reply from where I got all these points? From the question itself, you will get. See, fluctuation is non-routine. Then ratio they calculated. Some invoices, serial number. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally, they are under a pressure to loan renew. So sales overstated or understated? Can someone reply? Sales will be overstated or understated? Anyone? Since they are having a loan, they want to meet the loan. So sales will be overstated to show a good position. That's right. Asha correcta. Ade sweetie. So what will you write? The last point. That's the main point. Ensure that revenue is not overstated. For that, what will you see? For that, you have to sit and write few points. You will obtain confirmation from customers. If there is customers, only sales will come. Confirmation, you will see. You will see the shipping documents. Then whether there is any fictitious or fake bills, fictitious or fake bills. Then sales invoice you will see. Then subsequent collection. If there are some sales, collection will be there from debtor, subsequent collection, etc. Now can you reply? From where did I get all these points? Don't say from material. From the question itself, you can get the keywords, then you have to write the points. Did you understand? See, ratio, sales return, then invoices I got from the first one, sales invoice. Then this is overstated. So overstated points. So what students will usually do or might make a mistake, they will read this and start writing generally. But it is a case study where they themselves told the situation. For this situation only you have to write. Don't write obtain aging analysis. At an aging analysis is something else. That is for the amount valuation of debtors. So if you write all these, it's not matching for the question we have asked. Now, are you following what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say? But if this is okay, can you give me an acknowledgement so that I can proceed? Okay, Ashya. We have finished the major chapters. The major chapters are over, audit evidence, items in FS. Now, small chapter, your documentation, the most loved chapter. Why the most small chapter? Let's proceed. Okay. Can you say what you call? Eda, can you say which is the essay dealing with audit documentation? Kanmani, hello. Documentation. Documentation is. Eda, audit documentation is which essay? Essay 230. Documentation is also referred in another standard. SQC 1, chapter 11. Okay. Now, can you read the question? Actually, it's a direct question. Where is the question? Here. With reference to the above, explain the purpose served by audit documentation. Array, that's a direct question. Da. What are the purpose of maintaining the audit documentation? Can you say what are the purpose? Let's revise. You put a heading, audit documentation. Then you can start as per essay 230. Why did I write? 230. Audit documentation is a record of audit procedure, audit evidence. One more word was there, audit conclusion. Then following are the purpose. At a point, how many points are there? This is a direct question, so I have to write specifically that point only. Now, how many purposes there for maintaining? 6 now? That's right. Can you revise those 6 points? It assists the engagement team to plan and perform. Then it fixes the accountability, direct and supervision. That DSS direct and supervision. Then future audit, record for future audits. Then what? Enables to conduct quality review. SQC. One more point now. What was one more point? Enables external inspection. Now, Eda, since I'm just guiding you, I've not written full, but for the exam, you should write full sentence. Say, for example, third one, how will you write? It assesses the members, okay, team to direct and supervise regarding the audit. Here, it asks the engagement team to plan and perform the audit. All these 6 points, you should write it in full sentence. Okay, that's the manner in which you should present. Do you need a conclusion? How many times I've asked you at a case study, na? So conclude. How will you conclude? Conclusion I'm writing here. I think I'll write here. This is the first part. This is the second main part. This is the part where you will get marks. Finally, a conclusion. Hence, what will you write? Hence, maintenance of proper audit documentation will ensure, you see the question? Ensure that ABC chartered accountants have complied with the quality control, accountability, etc. Already I've said, na, maintenance of documentation is related with SQC. If you maintain, your quality of work is proper. Hello, it's been 1 hour. So can we continue? And I know you can take rest for 30 seconds and say continue. We have reached till chapter 7. Just 5 more questions away. How's things going, guys? All good? Not the class. I'm asking you about the studies, etc. Ma'am, don't ask. I understand. Can I continue? Hmm. Completion and review. Which essays are here? 560, 570, 580. Evidence. Once you collect evidence, you will evaluate in 450. Then you communicate to TCWG Management, 260, 265. Continue. Yeah. Can you read? Read from the last sentence now. Auditor's responsibility for communication of significant deficiencies in control. Matters that shall be included in the written communication. Can you say which essay they are asking you? During the audit, auditor identified significant deficiencies that could affect financial. The auditor is required to communicate. Required to ensure written communication. Good, that's right. You're correct, Meenakshi. This is essay 265. If you want the clue words, clue list, you can see my 35 minutes video. It's there in the YouTube itself. Okay, da. Now, the biggest thing is how to present. You said the correct essay 265. How to present. We'll start here. So put a heading. What heading will you put? Communication of deficiencies in internal control. You have put the heading. Now you can write as per essay 265. You write the name of communication. Full name you have to write. After that, comma. How will you start? Auditor shall communicate. How? In writing. Communicate in writing the deficiencies and significant deficiencies in internal control. See, if you see the question, they have asked what is auditor's responsibility and how they will communicate. This was only intro para. Now, what is auditor's responsibility? Can you say? To communicate significant deficiencies to TCWG, other deficiencies to management. That is your responsibility. So in the next para, you can put one. They have asked you to explain two things now. See, 1, 2. There are two subparts. So put one. That you can write. The auditor's responsibility. The auditor shall communicate on a timely basis. A, B. A means, and I'm not writing full sentence, I'm just saying. Significant deficiencies you will communicate with TCWG and other deficiencies. To whom? Aroda, yarkita, to management. But this you should elaborate. Significant deficiencies in internal control that merits attention of TCWG that shall be communicated. Other deficiencies that has not been communicated by others in auditor's judgment just fundamental to management, you should communicate. But don't forget to elaborate. So this is the first part answer, responsibility. Second part, what will you include in written communication? Anyone? Second part, written communication by auditor. How many points, da? Hello? 2 plus. How many points in written communication? 2 plus 3. You remember that? Written communication by auditor regarding the deficiency shall include 2 plus 3. Do you remember that 2 plus 3? First, what will you say? You will say description of deficiency. Description of deficiencies and its potential effect. How it impacts FS. Second, you will give sufficient info. 2. Now 3. In this sufficient info, you will say 3 points. What are the 3 points? Purpose of audit is only to express opinion on FS, not to express opinion on internal control. What we communicated limited to those identified. So that's what I said 2 plus 3. 2, in that again 1, 2, 3. Do you need a conclusion doc? Case study, na? You can conclude. How will you conclude? Thus, proper communication. Conclusion. Proper communication along with the effect on a timely basis would enable to take timely corrective action by management DCWG. This should be your conclusion. Right, like this, a question comes 1 and 2. In row para, you can keep it common. Then you answer 1 because it's same essay. Then you answer 2. And then you give a common conclusion. Can you acknowledge whether you are here with me? Are you understanding? Yes. That's right. The written communication can be otherwise called as letter of weakness. Hmm, that's also right. And come on, no diminishing marginal utility. We are at the verge. Just 4 more questions away. Let's finish in a glory. Come on. Thanks for replying so well. Others also, can you reply? Thank you. Can we go to the next one, the audit report? When you hear about audit report, the entire 700 series will come. Then 600 essays there in that chapter. One more essay is there, na? 299. See, this is the most unexpected essay they might ask you. Students usually study well 700. Next 299. 600 in ICA material, it's only 1 page or 1.5 page. So they might ignore. So I felt this was a good unexpected essay question to 600. So can you guide me how to present or how to write? Using the work of another auditor. The critical area in audit of entities having branches component other than principal auditor. With reference to 600, explain. Need for proper coordination and understanding. Procedures to be performed by principal auditor to evaluate and use, including visiting the component, examining the records. I felt that was a good question since students may not correctly study this. So basically, which essay they have written? See, I say themselves they have given in the question it is 600. So what will you write the? We'll start here. Using work of another auditor. How will you start? Intro. As per essay 600, principal auditor may use the work of another auditor provided what? Provided he will be held solely responsible and he should ensure whether the work of another auditor is adequate. That's the intro. Now you can go to the first one. Actually, you can combine and write. First, they have asked you need for coordination and understanding, then how you can guide. Why no support for this? You left this essay. Come on. There is a, watch out, there is a need for proper mm, coordination and understanding between coordination and understanding between whom and whom, principal auditor and another auditor. When accounts of branch are audited, accounts of branch are audited by another. Uh, proper, there should be, I have given this word, proper Rapport means rapport means what is rapport? Link, like coordination and communication. Proper rapport is necessary. Rapport is necessary for effective audit. So that will be the first part. The next, this is the first para, this is the next para. Then I'll write here itself. Okay, wait. Next. So for this, what are the procedures? The next para. Principal auditor shall, first one, advise. Who advise another auditor regarding the stages of audit, work to be carried out, etc. Stages, work to be carried, etc. Second, areas that need special consideration. He may give checklist, questionnaire advice. Then he should advise the significant accounting practices, significant accounting and reporting requirements. Do you need a conclusion here? Now you reply. I will wait. Do you need a conclusion? This is the third para. He should advise what are the special consideration, advice, reporting, checklist, questionnaire. Do you need a conclusion? Can you say yes or no? Hello. Answer is no. You can give the timetable, that's all there. Why? There is no given case. There is no case scenario. It's a direct question. So there is no need of conclusion. Even if you put no issue but not required. It's a direct question now. It's not a case study where A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. So no need of conclusion. Unless you say, I won't proceed. Why you should have all the fun? Just three more questions away. Hi. Can we go to next one? So I've said in class also, cinema, hotel, hospital, education, club, charitable NGO. In that, do you guys remember those who have attended? I've given for each cinema, hotel, what are the expected question? Even in the workout batch, do you guys remember that in NGO or charitable, or almost similar? I've given some points like how they can ask. In that, one of the thing is statutory. What are the matters to be considered in, this one? Uh, Statutory requirements in planning audit of NGO. So, what are the points to be kept in mind? The legal aspects, etc., while planning audit of NGO. This is a direct question. But if you write general points, will you get marks? No. So, my humble request is when you study this chapter, don't study by saying common. In all these things, there are some common points. Earlier, it was okay. Now, for the exam, they are asking specific. But what they have asked, what is there? What are the points to be considered in planning an NGO audit? The statutory requirement, knowledge about NGO. Now, there are some 8 points or so. So, directly I will go. While planning, you can put the heading audit of NGO. While planning, what? While planning audit of NGO. Auditor may consider. Auditor may consider the following. First one, there are 8 points we can group. First one is about NGO. You should know knowledge of NGO work, whether what work they are carrying on, knowledge about NGO. Then, knowledge about statutory requirement of NGO. See, NGO can be, Section 8, or it can be a trust, society, whatever it is. Knowledge about NGO statutory. Then, knowledge about this one, memorandum of association, articles of association, the legal documents. First 3 points I will club. First, what NGO, then what is the statutory, the legal documents. Now coming inside NGO, this is general. Inside NGO, next 2 points I'm clubbing, next 2 points. You should understand NGO's organization chart, how the structure. Then you should understand NGO's minutes book. Then understand NGO's accounting system. These 3 points I'm clubbing. First is general points about NGO. Then specifically to understand, you see organization structure, minutes book, accounting system. Now from audit point, now come to our point. You should set materiality, auditor. Then audit reports timing you should plan, whether you need experts. All these are there in essay 300, planning list. Did you understand why did I club these points? Not for the exam purpose, for you to remember. See, they are asking what are the points to be kept in mind while doing NGO planning. So first 3 points, general about NGO's knowledge, NGO's law, NGO's legal document. Inside, organization, minutes book, accounting. Now from audit, materiality, audit report timing, whether you need expert. Are you okay? See, direct question, it's a direct chapter actually. The main thing is how to write, what to write. Do you need a conclusion, da? I gave an intro here. Then I said, what are the points? You have to write in full sentence, huh? Conclusion, Venuma. Come on, it's a case study. So you conclude, hence, or thus, whatever it is. Thus, the understanding of NGO is required in effective planning of audit. From where did I get the last sentence? Can we proceed? Only 2 more questions. Let's finish in 5 minutes. Come on, quick. 1.5 hours was the target. It's already 1 hour 20 minutes. Can I proceed? Hello. Energy should come from the mind and not body. So body may leave saying, are you tired, hungry, hot, all those things, but mind should be always fresh. Meenakshi, that also you can include, Kuta. That will come in MOA, AOA. In that you can include. Okay, and so next one. Where is the next one? Bank. See, bank auditor, I don't know how many of you know, I've said in class, most probably around 80% to 90% of the cases, they will ask from advances. Here you see, with reference to above, state the matters with respect to obtaining evidence in carrying out audit of advance. Those who have our notes, can you check which point in advances they are asking? In our notes, there are 22 points or so. Those are attend to the regular. In that, towards the end, 21st point or so, how do you do audit of advances? എങ്ങനെ എപ്പടി how do you do audit of advances? There are again 7 or 8 points. So direct question, guys. See, ABC Bank advances comprising classified in carrying out audit of advance. See, what are the points to be considered? So can you say heading audit of advances? Okay. Then what will you write? No need, as per you can't write. Bank audit, it's not as per. In carrying out what? Audit of advances. Following are the points to be considered. Anyone wants to guide? I'm just writing the keyword, but for the exam, you will write full. Now, first, if there is advance, you should check amount as on balance sheet date. The advances, you will check the amount as on balance sheet date, whether that represents due to the bank. And you have to write in full sentence whether the amount of advances represents the amount due to the bank. Then for that, there should be proper documents like agreement. Then there should be proper basis for valuation, whether this advance are properly what you call classified, described, disclosed, or standard, substandard, doubtful, whether adequate provision has been made, whether any advances are unrecorded. Then you can conclude. Hence, in the audit of ABC banks, follow above points to be considered. But main thing is when you write this, you should elaborate. Elaborate means full sentence. And you can highlight this. Full sentence with this keyword highlighted. Ade, last question. Can I skip or you want me to do? Hello? Hi. Hello. Hello. Hi. What? Last question, guys. So each question I've been saying how to write. So let's finish in that same thing. Ethics and terms of engagement. Which are the essays? Hello, what are the essays? Essay 210, 220, SQC. Then there's a general part, ethics. Correct. Now, as I told you, read last. With reference to essay 220, explain how actions and messages conveyed by engagement partner demonstrate leadership responsibility for quality control. How many elements are there for quality control? എത്ര elements ഉണ്ട്? Totally in quality control, how many elements? There are 6 elements: acceptance, assignment of team, ethical, leadership, monitoring, performance. Here, they are asking you specifically about leadership. Are you okay? So you should write only the points which concerns the leadership. Right. So if you see the above case, ABC is designated partner. See, leadership, overall responsibility, communicated legal requirements. But when you read this para itself, you will get keywords. He emphasized on appropriate performance. So here you have to elaborate only the part of leadership from essay 220. So let's present and conclude. What? Quality control. As per essay 220, quality control for an audit of FS, one of the elements in quality control is leadership. Who is the leader, Da? Can you reply? Who is the leader in essay 220? In essay 220, leader is engagement partner. In essay 220, in SQC, can you reply who's the leader? CEO, Chief Executive Officer, or Managing Partner. So here it is 220. So leader is engagement partner, EP. Leadership responsibility of engagement partner is important in effective conduct of audit. It's like intro para. Now, you write specifically. The leadership is important. The leadership is important since one, audit complies with the, you remember three words? Audit complies with the legal, regulatory, professional standards. Legal, regulatory, professional standards. Then, second point. 4 points are there. The second point, complying with quality control policies, issuing appropriate audit report. A very important sentence. Ability to raise concerns of the team without fear of reprisals. Then you can conclude. Okay? Conclude by saying this point. Therefore, this para you can write. Therefore, effective leadership ensures to demonstrate leadership, responsibility, etc. At conclusion also you should write. So that's it, guys. With that, I've discussed MCQ also. I've discussed what you call RTP also. Let me say my one point and then I'll say tata bye bye to you. My point when discussing is, even though I've spent around 2 hours totally for RTP, MCQ plus descriptive, I've made sure that for those who come and attend or those who see this video, they should be benefited. So if you want me to just to say the answers, I always feel RTP answers available, why I should sit and spend time or why your precious time I'm taking. So for both MCQ as well as the descriptive part, I've put a approach or effort to guide you how to write. Even in the MCQ, if you had seen, I was saying why this option, why not the other option. So let me know in your comment box how the session was. And that's it, guys. We'll see you next for the MTP. Okay. So that's it. Take care. Ta-ta. So that's it, guys. You can leave after I end the session. You can put the comments or after you watch. Okay. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. And thank you for your wonderful support. I don't want to call your names. You guys have been so active. Okay. Ta-ta. Take care. I'm ending, guys. You can leave.